Joey Chestnut just claimed his 18th mustard belt in the Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. According to the official story, the contest started in 1916 when 4 immigrants gathered on Coney Island to prove who was the most patriotic American by eating the most hot dogs. There's just one problem with that story. None of it ever happened. Welcome to the Goodish News channel. I'm Ashley, and I bring you stories that probably won't solve the world's problems, but they also won't make them any worse. It wouldn't feel like the 4th of July without the Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. It's one of those traditions that feels like it's always been around. It just hasn't been there quite as long as we thought. According to Nathan's, in 1916, 4 immigrants gathered on Coney Island to determine who was the most patriotic American. The story eventually grew to include celebrity judges and contestants, and even years when the contest supposedly didn't happen, like in 1941 during the war. And it was repeated so often that it was accepted as historical fact. Newspapers printed the story, and broadcasters even said the story on air. Everybody had assumed that someone else had fact-checked it. But in 2010, promoter Morty Martz admitted that he and his business partner had made up the entire story as part of a publicity stunt. The 1916 contest never happened. And America's favorite hot dog tradition had a fake birthday.
It makes me want a hot dog real bad.
In the 1970s, Nathan's needed some publicity. The business was struggling, along with Coney Island in general. A local hot dog eating contest was cheap and was guaranteed to attract some attention. But traditions attract more attention long-term than publicity stunts do. So the contest got a backstory, a surprisingly detailed one. And once people started repeating it, it became stronger than the truth. Usually, a publicity stunt lasts a few news cycles, but this one stuck around for decades. The crowds grew, television cameras started showing up, sponsors arrived. Eventually, competitive eating got a governing body. Suddenly, there were rankings, rules, and contracts. This fake sport was now a very real thing. Up until the 2000s, the winning total for hot dogs eaten most years ended up to be around 25. But then in 2001, Takeru Kobayashi showed up, and this unassuming man downed 50 hot dogs. And suddenly, overnight, the sport changed. Competitive eating was no longer about appetite, it was about technique. And as much as I don't want to do this, I'm going to show you Kobayashi's methods. Kobayashi utilized what he called the Solomon method. And why is it called that exactly? Well, think back to the Bible and King Solomon and the baby, and so first he separates the dog from the bun and splits it in half. And don't worry, I will edit out the mouth sounds because I'm a good friend. Here we go. Now the second part to his method is soaking the bun in water and then just letting it all slide down. Now this is the part I'm worried about because I'm a big texture person. And this texture, she's gonna be rough. All right, let's just get this over with. Oh, this feels wrong. And then you squeeze out the water. Cheers. Nope, we're done. So what have we learned here? Competitive eating is definitely not for me. Kobayashi dominated the tournament for 6 years, but in 2007 he was dethroned by Joey Chestnut. In 2010, Major League Eating, yeah, they have their own league for this, wanted to force Kobayashi to sign an exclusive contract. This would ban him from participating in any eating competition that was not MLE sanctioned, and this was worldwide. He also wasn't allowed to sign on to any sponsors without MLE's approval. And as you can imagine, he was pretty upset. So he walked away. Chestnut has dominated the competition pretty much ever since. He had a couple of off years. In 2024, he wasn't allowed to compete because he had signed a sponsorship with a competing hot dog company. Big mistake. But they ironed things out and he returned the next year, so no harm, no foul. Just goes to show that this fake tradition became real enough that people were having labor disputes. So Nathan's invented a fake tradition to sell hot dogs, and I'd say it's worked out pretty well for him. Humanity responded by creating food-eating dynasties, sponsorship deals, and contract negotiations. It turns out with a good enough story and a little human ingenuity, you really can turn soggy hot dog buns into the American dream. If you're looking for more good news in your life, be sure to check out this video right here. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing so we can ignore all the bad news together.